Wally! Wally! What are you doing here? Whoa!
Oh, look at that.
Here, I'm getting the hang of it now. Can you give me a hand and grab my legs as I come down? No, I need help.
I don't trust you, Scott. Well, I'm relying on the treasure map. This is the unnamed range road.
I don't think this is a range road. I think we're in a farmer's field.
Hey, guys,
What are you doing?
there's some tape on some of the stuff.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers.
See that fork in the road?
Take it.
We travel all over Canada.
Looking for hidden gems in basements, attics, and barns. For me, it's all about the thrill of the hunt. Oh man, we might have hit the mother lode here. I like to move fast. I can always find something we can make a profit on.
I thought I'd seen it all, Scott. I'm looking for that one-of-a-kind item that has its own story to tell. Just like the people we meet, every story is different. It's not junk to us.
So did you give Keenan a job he can handle this time?
I had him clean some stuff, and I hope he's not, I don't know, gluing the stuff he's broken back together again.
What do we have so far?
Well, there's the busted neon sign. Oh,
Guys, it's my fault. I was carrying it. I slipped.
Well,
on the
it sure
curb.
as heck isn't the sidewalk's fault. And we've got our screwed up appraisal that we got to try and figure out.
I was out at one of the bars. I met a girl. She's an antique specialist. She's very good looking. It's worth talking to her, and she seems to know her stuff.
I like Keenan. Just not sure he's the right guy for the job. We've always done well in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, there's been lots of good old country store stuff.
Did you know Regina used to be called Pile of Bones?
Seriously?
Yeah, there's so many buffalo bones by the river.
Oh, okay.
That was its early name. Well, you're gonna laugh, Scott, but I got mailed this. It's a treasure map, I think.
A treasure map.
Yeah, near Moose Jaw. You just take Highway 2, you go past the chickens, and look for a barn on the right.
Where do you get these leads from?
Lorne mailed it to me. Lorne's a friend of somebody's friend. Lorne said he's got a ton of stuff, and I thought, well, we'll just take a little bit of a leap of faith.
So where's the starting point?
Well, here in Regina, and we'll head towards Moose Jaw. Hey, it's Saskatchewan. We're bound to see something on the way to Moose Jaw.
Let's see if we can do some door knocking or quick picking. Hey, look. Flood sale.
Flood sale?
Flood sale? What the heck's a flood sale?
I don't know.
It's where you buy your pants?
Let's go check it out. Turns out it's in an antiques mall. Whoa. Where do you start?
Wow. Generally, we don't pick in an antique store, but it's always nice to go in once in a while just to see what's selling and, more importantly, what isn't selling.
Don't buy anything that's wet on the bottom.
Hi there, how you guys doing? Gary.
Scott, nice to meet you. Where's the flood sale?
Flood sale's right here.
So where did it flood?
I flooded at my house.
Oh, okay, not here.
Not here, no.
This is a mall, obviously. There's a whole bunch of different dealers in here.
Yeah, there's 17, 18 dealers in the mall.
When you're in an antique mall, the worst problem is the dealers aren't normally there. This time we've got a dealer who's there. Walk us around.
I'll walk you around. The items I have are scattered throughout the mall, some upstairs, some downstairs.
I'm heading this way, bud. I'm doing my antique scope. What I'm hoping is that there's one or two gems in here that somebody hasn't figured out what they're worth. Oh, an airplane prop?
Yeah.
Yikes! $14.25?
The rest of the airplane's outside.
It better be.
So, Gary, we're buying for resale. Anything that think we can make a buck on?
Well, I'm sure if you find something in there, we can make a deal on it.
Cool, it's an ashtray, it looks like, and a cigarette
That's a
holder.
cigarette dispenser.
Yeah.
1920s.
So watch this. You load them up this way,
Yeah.
but you do this.
Oh, yeah. That's so much fun I could start smoking.
I can honestly tell you, I've never seen one exactly like this. I've seen lots of different
I
things
love when you say
like
things
this.
like that.
He's got $225 on it, which is way too much for us. It's not very politically correct these days. I do $100 on it, and I'm gonna try and flip it for 150.
When do we go 1.5?
I'll tell you what, I'll go 125. That's all I can do on it.
When do we come back to it and see what you got for later on?
Okay, I'm 125, but that's my bottom line on that. I
Let's
can't
sit
do
on
any
that.
more. Oh, he's got a Red Indian. There's something I wouldn't mind like taking a look at, the Red
Sure.
Indian quart. Yeah. McCall Frontenac Red Indian quart oil bottle. We're always looking for Red Indian. It's the #1 seller in oil and gas. What's your best on that?
So, 100.5.
I want the McCall Frontenac bottle no matter what. So I'm at 125, $250 for the pair. We package the Little Elephant and the McCall Frontenac bottle. My fear is we're gonna walk out with nothing.
I'll do 300. I am going low on these things.
275.
You hate that 300 mark, don't you?
275. I gotta make money on this. I
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's go 295. Done.
295.
295.
Okay.
All right.
It's hurting me, Sheldon. Show us some other areas.
There's treasures everywhere.
Sheldon, look at the motorcycle.
That's a Harley Davidson.
I can tell right away this is better than your average kiddie ride. It's got the old 50s look. It's got a 50s Springer seat on it, 50s gas tank. I don't think it's a Harley Davidson. I think somebody made it into a Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson, yeah. That's good.
Want to go for a ride?
Okay, well, how come it ain't working?
Oh, jeepers. Let me see.
Did it steal my money?
Is she plugged in?
It just stole my money.
How does it feel?
Yeah. You would know.
Did you put 2 quarters in it?
Oh, is this yours?
Yes.
You met Lorraine?
I just did.
Oh, look at that.
Magic.
Where do I put my
He was
feet?
using those fake coins.
Whoa! There, I'm getting the hang of it now. Do my interpretation of Indian Larry. He died doing that. It's a good one, but yikes, $3,500.
That's worth it.
$3,500, which is way too much for us to pay.
Sharpen that pencil, Lorraine.
Yeah, what would be your knock 'em down, drag 'em out price?
25. Well, I know these fixed up and all complete are about 5,000 in Vegas.
We're not in Vegas, right?
I know.
We're in Regina.
And we do have to get to Moose Jaw.
Yeah. You see, I love it, but I can't just buy with my heart. I gotta buy with my head too.
Thank you.
Who's that guy?
I think I've got to have 2,500 for it.
I'm thinking that it's a good unit, but I don't want any part of it at 2,500.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you where I'd like to be on it, and I know you're not gonna like it. I'd like to be in it at 15.
Got to go higher than that.
Well, I don't like negotiating with myself. Where are you at?
22. That's my bottom price. That's a good buy.
You wouldn't just jump in and say 2, a nice even round 2.
No,
22 will help you load.
I got an idea. You got lots of stuff in here, right?
right.
How about if we give you the 22, but you give us $200 credit on something else we can find in the store that you don't have as much money into?
Oh, that's an interesting twist.
Still only getting 2.
Well, it depends. You might have a buck in the things that we take from you, right? I've been doing shows for a long time, and I know that when I'm selling, I'd rather give more stuff to get the same amount of money than give a discount on the money. So how about that? That's a compromise. You're getting a good coin. You've had it for a while, had some entertainment out of it, and we'll see if we can move it along for a few bucks. We'll ride this baby out of here. Deal?
All right. Thanks.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I got my $2,000. Let's go look and see what you've got.
Okay, well, look around.
I'm looking
There's
forward
stuff
to this.
everywhere. All right.
Lorraine, I think I found something.
Oh, good.
Yeah, got a lovely little Ingersoll store display, probably 1920. Still got all the little hooks in it, so somebody that collects either Ingersoll watches or just watches can use that as a display. Real nice little piece that'll go with my country store collection.
Good.
You got $375 on it?
Yes.
I'll give you $175 and we'll call it a day.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
All right,
And I'm taking my toy and going home.
okay.
I think we pulled a rabbit out of the hat.
I think we can get 300 for the McCall Frontenac bottle. The Elephant cigarette dispenser's a little tougher call, but I think we can probably get 175 for that. I still don't like picking in antique shops, but today we were lucky enough to get the best item in the shop. So you got any good leads for us?
Well, there's a fellow by the name of Wally you should go check out. He has a heck of a collection of oil and gas.
Where's he?
Yeah.
He lives in Avonlea,
Prince Edward Island.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Where's Avonlea?
Up the hill and around the corner.
Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick road?
Just down, way down the road.
Thank you so much.
Guys, have a safe trip.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.
Where's the road to Avonlea? Well, it wasn't really a flood sale, was it?
No.
The only flood was the flood of money out of our pockets.
Although if it keeps raining here, it will be a flood sale.
I'm off to see the wizard. Because. I sure hope this little jaunt to Wally's is worth deviating from the path of our treasure map.
Hey, it's a couple 100 kilometers. No big deal in Saskatchewan.
That's right, that's like next door. So I wonder how many tourists find their way to Avonlea, Saskatchewan, thinking they're going to Prince Edward Island.
I didn't even know Lucy Maud Montgomery was in Saskatchewan.
Keep your eyes peeled.
There, I bet you it's that
Oh
concert.
yeah, look at the tractors. Let's squeeze in here.
Yeehaw, this looks good. I'd like to buy a tractor.
Yeah, I'd like you to buy a tractor.
Let's go meet Wally.
Hi, you must be Wally.
I guess so, that's what they call me.
Scott, how are you?
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, Wally.
So what's the story with this? You got a bunch of nice old tractors, I see.
Well, I was brought up in this stuff back in the 30s and the 40s, and I just kind of got attached to it.
I particularly like the pink case.
Yeah, somebody had a real imagination when they painted that.
You got anything to sell us, Wally?
I'm pretty picky.
Okay. He's got a couple of trailers. There's one large building. All sorts of stuff to look at.
Wally!
Be careful.
What are you doing here?
Well, just getting started. Just be careful, you might get buried. We'll never find you.
How long have you had this like this?
Half a lifetime, 40 years.
Oh, you've been having some fun, Wally. Auction
You know.
sales, is that
Yeah, I go to a lot of auctions.
mostly local auctions, Wally?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
The entrails of every auction in Saskatchewan over the last 40 years are in that room. Have you thought of psychiatric help?
We're way beyond that here.
That's what they said when I said the pickers are coming. I have no idea how much stuff I've got. Just accumulated.
So is everything in here for sale?
Well, if you want to buy it all,
No, I don't
that's what I'm talking about.
No. Is every individual item in here for sale?
Well, we'll pick and choose.
It's quite a collection. You get some fun out of this?
Well, it's getting to be more of a labor than a picnic. I don't need all this stuff I got around me.
Well, let's get picking.
Good luck, fellas.
Thanks, Wally. Finding anything, Scott?
Well, yes and no. Everything's a little beat.
Hey, how about this guy? You take him to bed at night.
I'm out.
Some real rough and tumble goods. So now it becomes even more of a challenge. You really have to look closely because there are some treasures in there.
Looks like you got a John Deere sign over there.
Lift her out of there.
Okay, there we are. It's a beater, but it is an early John Deere piece.
That's right. That's one of the originals.
It's been ridden hard and put away wet, I think. John Deere is a great name. Anything that says John Deere on it's worth $200. But that was toasty. So somebody's bent it over. Look at how many shots have gone through this.
Oh, somebody got a good shot and hit the deer.
Look at this one, the M16. What would you want for a sign like that?
I suppose if I got over 1,000, and
Oh, if you got over 1,000, you'd win the lottery. I think it's probably worth $1,000 if it was in good shape.
oh, they're worth more than a grand in good shape.
I hate leaving a John Deere sign, but to me, that's like a $200 sign.
Ooh. All right, Wally, we need a $50 credit on our next purchase for hauling this out of here for you.
Unless you sell it to us for 200 bucks.
For 300, did you say?
Wally's not a seller. Wally is a buyer. But there's always hope. This is the kind of place you could find something really interesting. Keep your eyes open for like tins with buffaloes on them, buffalo oil.
Yeah.
You could find one in here. Oh, look at the mobile oil crate.
That's where I was heading.
I was hoping you wouldn't see it, but since you did,
Oh, what's the price?
well, a couple $100.
Ouch.
I'll bet you can't find another one.
No, I think you're right, but even so.
It's rare enough to find the can, but who saved the crate, eh? And I have one of those crates in nice shape.
That's a little too rich, I think, to turn a profit on.
Did you want some help there, bud?
No, I'll figure it out.
That one turns too.
I don't want to have to report your demise.
Yeah, we may have to bury him right here.
How about your John Deere bike?
Yep.
Girl's bike, 1970, because it's made in Taiwan.
They were assembled in Taiwan. John Deere designed the bike.
Sheldon, what do you think on this? You think 50 bucks on this girl's bike?
Can't go too far wrong.
I think he's dreaming, isn't he? 100 and a quarter.
Okay, well, I think you want more for them than I want to pay.
He's a tough nut, and he knows he should sell. He just can't get over the hump. Just a second. I wish I would have seen this to start with.
Licensed junk collector.
I think one of my grandchildren gave me that.
You sell us some stuff or we're gonna take your license away.
The money doesn't mean as much to me as the stuff. So what?
You got a collection here, Wally. This Minneapolis Moline, that's just it.
You like that, don't you?
I do. Is that one that you'd part with?
If I had 1,800, you could have it. But you'd have to get it out of here.
Wally's one of the guys that we like. We may not buy much off him, but he's got a good heart, he likes the stuff, and he's fun to be around.
Well, you might have a landslide.
Man, I'm heading towards the Husky oil tin.
I know you want that fox.
Send the can out this way.
Yeah, well, first what I'm going to do is try to figure out a way to keep this fox from
Yeah.
falling. When I was going for the Husky tin, it was propping up an old stuffed fox that was riding a bike, I think, or something.
Oh no, the fox is going, Scott! No! No, no! Save the fox!
He did.
I saved the fox.
Good job, Scott.
When you're looking at advertising, the thing that grabs everyone's eye is the picture on it, the visual. Husky oil has a great husky dog on it.
Well, anything under $40, and I would leave it there. Not a nickel less than 50 bucks.
You said 40.
So it's 50.
Here, catch.
That's just the price of the can. Hardly the price of the can, but that's what
No
you get.
charge for the dust, right?
All right.
Done.
I would normally expect to buy that for $15, $20, $25. We had to pay double that to get it from him, but we'll get 100 for it, no problem.
Here, Scott. Fill up a basket with some goodies there.
I'm trying. There's tins galore here. Just a little too far gone, it looks like, most of them. Most of the stuff's just average stuff that we can't sell anymore. There's no market for it.
I don't know if we've wasted our time or not, but it's not looking good.
Okay, let's go to the next little area. Oh, here we are. But when we get into the back room, I spot an old box of tins. That's a nice tin.
Rare, rare.
So I start pulling them out, and there's a couple really scarce buffalo oil tins. That one's really rough, but it's a rare one. Early Canadian company, Winnipeg, Calgary, really tough to get. Good visual with the buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tins.
Okay.
What would you do for the lot of them?
$1,000.
Yikes, $1,000 bucks.
Yeah, that's. You can't just go out in the street and buy those.
Well, you're right about that.
Buffalo oil, that company's been out of business since back in the 20s or 30s, and everybody wants it because there isn't enough to go around.
You got 6 tins, $600.
$650. That is a deal.
Okay, done.
All right.
And that should cause Wally to not sleep tonight at all. So you got this arcade game here. What would it take, a penny or a nickel? A little arcade with a clown's head on top, coin operated, would spit out a little toy for a price.
They were large, clear plastic eggs, and they'd have something in like a ring or a toy.
Right. What do you think? He's got to be worth 50 bucks. What do you say?
No, for $50, you would, guys.
We're being too tough on you?
Yeah, if you can't get 100 bucks out of that, you can't get anything.
All right,
Okay.
100 bucks.
The next break comes my way.
Okay, next
early.
break goes your way.
Oh, they're pretty tough. You got to hammer back and forth for a while, and eventually somebody gives in.
Well, let's go take a look at the trailer you got beside us
All right.
first. I just wanted to give us a little time because I could tell Wally was getting a little testy. He thought we were undervaluing his stuff.
Can we just march our way in here?
Sure, yeah.
You got some nice signs in here, Wally. This is great. We're into a honey hole.
Hey, Wally,
Wow.
if we see something, can we just yell out to you?
Yeah, sure.
How about your Coke button, Wally?
No, not even for a grand.
What about your Chesterfield cigarette sign?
No,
Okay.
you can have my wife first.
What about your Ford part sign?
No,
It's a bit bent.
it's worth big bucks, so even with a bend in it.
Is this for sale? Nope. Is this for sale? Nope. Is that for sale? Well, no.
What about your Dominion tires?
They're hard to find nice, yeah.
So what you're saying to us is you want to sell us the stuff you don't think is nice.
I mean, if they're taking a lot of lower grade stuff, I'd have been happy as could be. But when they just want the top stuff, I'm not enthused.
What's your price on it?
700,
Ooh, 700.
pretty quiet in there. You need some help in there?
We need to find something that you'll sell us.
Would you part with an anvil, Wally?
I just paid $250 for one yesterday, so be careful.
What would you want for that?
Put 100 and a quarter,
Boy, that's not bad, Wally.
150, somewhere in there. That's cheap at 150.
How much does he want?
150.
I thought he said 125.
He started at 125 and he's working his way up.
Yeah, you're paying for the stand now.
I think you should shake his hand at 100 and a quarter, though.
100 and a quarter? I think that's about as much as I'd spend on
Is
that.
that right?
Yeah. 100 and a quarter it
100
is.
and a quarter
Good.
it is. Well, yeah, they're persistent.
Okay, what about your big shell? This old tin one.
It'd probably come out of a junk pile.
But that's an oldie.
It's a whole lot older than you are.
A really, really good old sign. Overpainted, but I think we can get that paint off that. It's in rough shape, but I've never seen another one.
No, neither have I.
So what would you sell this one for?
300.
300 bucks. Shake the man's hand.
300 bucks.
300 bucks or?
That's a deal.
I'm pretty happy about this place.
Yeah.
When you start adding up what we bought, we actually did buy a fair bit of stuff, and we'll make some good money off the stuff we did buy.
I didn't think old Walter would part with this one.
That's a really, really good old sign. At $300, snapped it up. We should be able to double up on that, no problem. I'm really happy with these buffalo tins. A couple of them aren't worth 100, but a couple are worth several hundred. We should turn that $650 into $1,200 pretty quick.
These are always fun. It's got a good look to it. Should get 150 for that.
Hey, Wally, it was fun.
Oh, yeah, that was a different day.
It's been a really good time. Thanks a lot.
Come back someday, I might get rid of some more. Keep
You
in
still
touch.
owe me 50 bucks on those tins.
Everybody went away happy.
You know, I really enjoyed meeting Wally, spending some time with him.
We were lucky to get a couple good things out of him, though.
I'll say,
We should have done a blanket deal in all the tractors.
I like the way you think, Scott. You think big. Just like Saskatchewan. You ever been to Moose Jaw?
Never been to Moose Jaw.
Nice little main street.
Look at the old Al Capone. Oh, that's right. Al Capone was here at one point in time.
That's the
and
rumor.
there's still some underground tunnels.
Oh, it's a tourist attraction.
Seems like a long way from Chicago.
Yeah, I think he was hiding out here. Prohibition, right? And don't get us lost, we've got the map.
Hey, you're navigating, I'm driving. I'm just relying on you completely for everything I do.
Well, I'm relying on the treasure map. We got a map with a treasure chest and some directions to how to get to the treasure chest. And that's how we've ended up here today, right outside Moose Jaw.
Why did Lauren send you that map? Why didn't Lauren just tell you where to go, so to speak?
Oh, we'd never find it.
First time I've ever been picking with a treasure map, I can say that much.
We gotta go up the Trans-Canada, 10K to a mechanic's shack.
Mechanic shack.
So then 10K past that, then another right to the chicken farm.
How do you know that's a chicken farm and not Kentucky Fried Chicken? The map was easy to follow. Sheldon's instructions weren't that easy.
When we find a house in the barn at the end of a gravel road, we'll know we're there. All right, maybe it's not this road. Which way is south?
I have no idea.
Just a lot of gravel roads out here, Scott. I've always prided myself at looking at the world from a different angle, and the map, I think, was upside down, but I think Lauren's got us going around in a circle here, to tell you the truth. I don't get this map at all. If you hit the airplane hangar, CFB Moose Jaw, you've gone too far.
I think I'm going to turn around and go back.
Just don't get us stuck again. We're right beside a Canadian Air Force's base. Hey, look at that plane coming in. Oh yeah, we've been spotted.
Yeah, maybe he's going to strafe us.
He's coming right at us.
What a great thing. I'd love to go up and fly in one of those things.
Yeah, this is looking right.
I don't think this is a road, Sheldon.
No, this is the unnamed range road.
I don't think this is a range road. I think we're in a farmer's field. You had your eyes checked lately.
It's a long way to come on a treasure hunt.
It wasn't my idea. Now that's a good sign. There's a nice old barn in the back. You know what? I don't see anything else on the horizon. I'm going in here.
I think this could be it, Scott. Nice
Old
barn.
truck.
X marks the spot. Let's go see if we can find Lauren. Hey, I bet this is our guy right here.
The old days he'd have been riding up on a horse, you know.
Or a tractor. Nice quad. Wonder what he wants out of it.
I feel like I'm in a Fellini movie. This thing gets closer and closer and closer. It just takes 15 minutes to get there.
Hey, Lauren.
Welcome to the
Sheldon.
Tilson Farm.
Nice to meet you. We got your map.
Okay.
And we were a little thrown off by the distances, but I think we figured it out.
I'm glad the boys did finally figure out my map. I guess I had a little trouble with some of it because it wasn't quite as accurate as it could have been.
But we got here anyway.
You made it. Well, that's the main thing.
Hey, we heard you had a bit of a treasure trove here.
I was a Texico distributor for since 1967, so things accumulate. You know, some of the things that I accumulated back in '67, I guess are antiques by now.
Is there stuff in all these buildings?
Just about all these buildings have some stuff in it. I'm sort of a pack rat, I guess. I've got to give up some of it, and I felt you guys were the best ones to take a look at, see what I've got.
Show us where you want to go first.
Okay, we might as well go down to those two sheds down there first. Might as well jump on, have a ride.
You won't go too fast then?
Well, I got good brakes, though.
Onward. Come on, hurry up, hurry up.
I wasn't very impressed with the fact that Sheldon decided to plant himself right on the front of that ATV.
I don't usually get a chance to beat Scott to the punch. So what you got in here, Lauren?
Well, there's quite a few little goodies in there that you can make use of.
I don't know about goodies, but let me take a look. Can I climb on here?
If you break it, you buy it.
So far, I haven't seen anything to buy.
Uh-oh.
Some seats out of an old vehicle here.
That's an old windshield.
Well, that's a Model A windshield. Yep.
Some old wagon wheels there, Shell.
Yeah.
Anyone buying wagon wheels anymore?
Well, I'm concerned because we put on a lot of miles on the treasure hunt and we need to buy some things here. No treasure in here, I don't think, Lauren.
If you stand out of the way for a sec, Lauren, I'm going to swing out.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Lauren says he's got other stuff in other buildings, so I'm willing to give it a chance. You still a Texico guy?
Well, Yeah, I Texico got heart.
I love getting in the garage.
Well, there's quite a bit of stuff in here.
This is where it all happens, eh, Lauren?
Just go ahead wherever you want to look.
You got
If
it.
I break it, he'll buy it.
Sure.
I'm searching for something that's a little bit harder to get to, something that maybe hasn't been touched for a while.
Ah!
I find a little Sky Chief sign, and I know that's a pretty good little sign. Hey, what about that, Lauren?
Oh, yeah, you found it, eh?
Huh, she's a little bit dinged, but it's a nice sign.
There are a couple versions of that sign. This one is a very flexible one, which tells you this is one that was actually screwed onto a gas pump.
How about 75?
How about 60? And that'll
Okay,
keep
let's go $70.
70 it is, done.
We broke the ice.
Good, thanks, Lauren.
Okay? I guess we became friends after that.
Now that is a becoming hat.
Oh my gosh, sakes, that
pretty
looks all
good.
right, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
A lot of the stuff that Lauren has is a little obscure, and it's not stuff we see every day. My strategy is to get a bunch of stuff, try and get him to make the first offer, and then go from there.
You got some old oil bottles here, it looks like.
Yeah.
The first two bottles I pull out are no names, and then I'm starting to dig a little deeper, and I find a wire basket. This is fantastic. Hey, Scott,
What?
I think I got something you might enjoy. A McCall Frontenac pint bottle and another McCall Frontenac pint bottle.
And the pints are always harder to get than the quarts.
So I plunk them down, and we're starting to get a bundle of things.
Always like to look up at an attic just to see if there's some long-lost orphan up there. Ugh. Hey, Sheldon, I got something to pass down to you.
Oh, yeah?
It's a killer Texico sign that's made to look like it's three-dimensional. I've been doing this a long time, and I've never seen that sign.
Isn't that a beauty?
Texico motor oil, that was discontinued in '67. They were just changing over.
I think that might even be earlier than 50.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if there's anything else we got here.
And you know, I've sort of forgot about a lot of them because I don't get up there that often.
I hate to leave a shed or a barn without checking every inch of it. I saw something over here. Hey, Sheldon,
Yeah.
I'm coming down. Can you give me a hand and grab my legs as I come down?
No,
I need help.
I don't trust you, Scott.
They're not real, Scott. They're just...
What happened to the top of them?
I don't know. I never did find a top for them. That's what I was waiting for.
That way. As I'm coming down, Sheldon's bringing boxes of more stuff out, and I spot a couple Red Indian tins and an old Haveline tin on the shelf, and I put them in the pile. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff here, Shel, that you pulled out. This whole box of stickers. I don't think it's all real old stuff, but I figured we'd just take the good, the bad, and the ugly.
So we're talking about that bundle,
Two Red Indian
right up to
cans,
here.
2 Red Indian bottles, a Haveline,
the box of decals.
and this metal sign.
Yep.
Now we've got a critical mass here.
What are you going to offer me?
What about $500?
We got to do a lot better than that.
What are you thinking?
There's about $3,000 worth of stuff there.
And I'm looking around going, where?
Where did that come from?
I can't figure it out.
And
Okay,
you know it is.
what do
Like,
you value
just count it.
most?
Like these signs here. What would you?
Well, there's
pay for
only
them?
one Sky Chief, though. The rest of them are generic stuff.
Well, even if you value them at $2 a piece, you know, there's quite a few of them in there.
He valued that box of stickers way more highly than we did. He was looking at those as being dozens, maybe hundreds, at $2 a piece. But you know how long it's going to take us to get our $200 back out of them, let alone make any money on them?
That's right. Yeah.
What I'd rather do, frankly, is I'd rather just cherry pick the 5 items I want than pay more money for the rest of it.
Why don't we leave this one separate?
Well, I wanted to do it in a bunch. I made,
Okay,
you know,
okay, good.
we started off, but we're too far apart.
He's not going to let us parse it out. He wants to sell the whole works. So we're going to have to do some thinking.
These here, that's worth a lot of money, eh?
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of money out of
Absolutely.
these ones.
Well, that's why we were offering you 100 to throw on.
Go ahead. I threw out some figures. You threw out some figures. We're a long way apart. I'm trying to get the most I can out of it. I know they're trying to get it down as cheap as they can, but I pretty well know my bottom line.
Okay, I'll recalculate. So,
He does this often. He recalibrates.
Yeah, I hope he's going up.
so here's where I'm coming from now. 8.
Whoa. Hey, you're stepping up there.
I'd come up to $800, mostly because of the 2 McCall Frontenac pint bottles.
Well, I'll tell you what, go $1,000.
I got. You see, you're hurting me here.
Lorne's a tough negotiator.
We got to try and make money off it too, right?
Well,
We're
I
not just-
know, you're in it to make money.
I'm still uncomfortable at 1,000, but I take another good look at that old Texico sign. Look at the markings on the bottom, and I think that sign might be a 1930s sign.
So let's make a deal.
$1,000.
Okay, you got
Okay,
it.
done.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Well, they're good negotiators. If I were in business yet, I'd be trying to hire them to set up some dealers for me.
Anywhere else we can do any more damage?
Yes, I got one more shed you can look at.
Lead away.
This is where we've got quite a bit of old stuff in here too.
There's got to be a diamond in the rough there. I see something I want to look at. Oh, they're pigs.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God.
They're complete, eh?
What are you into there, Scott?
There's a couple smaller Texico signs. Sweating like a pig, but I find 2 good Texico light-up signs. What would you sell a couple of Texico signs like that for?
A couple $100 a piece.
Would you do 3 for the pair?
Seeing your shit's nice, guys, I'll do 3 for the bear.
Shake the man's hand, Shell.
I thought on some things Lorne was more than reasonable. Let me ask you about that Ford truck in the corner there.
Okay, that's a 28 Ford truck, and that was the first year that Ford made the Model A, or it's an AA, being a truck. I'm not getting anything done on them.
When you say them, you're talking about the other truck that I
Well,
walked
both
by.
of them, yeah. That other one's a 31. If you guys want them, you get them for $2,500 a piece.
What about a matched pair, Scott? S and S.
Don't even think about it. Lauren knows a lot more about cars than we do. He's selling it to us at essentially what he can get for it, which means that's all we're going to be able to get for it. We're out on those. Sheldon, I found something for Keenan.
What's that?
It's the Minimum Wage Act of Saskatchewan, 1977. Every
boy.
employee shall be paid at a rate of wages not less than $3 per hour.
Perfect. We didn't buy a lot of things, but what we did find, I think we're going to do really well on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Next time you send me a treasure map, I'll know exactly where to come.
I like these boys.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of here without killing myself.
You got in there.
They're going to make money on their purchases, but that's what they're here for.
T for Texas.
We got the pair for $300. That's a screaming deal for us.
What am I going to do with it? I might as well go with somebody that can do something with it.
Those little red Indian pines are so hard to find. Well, the whole pile together, $1,000, that's a screaming deal for us. We'll come back and take another look up there. I think there's stuff I haven't seen yet.
There may be, sure. Well, you're welcome back anytime, you guys. Golly, it's been a good day. It's been a really good day, yeah. Take care, guys.
Hey, well, as it turned out, the treasure map was pretty good.
Yeah, it's surprising that we did actually find some treasure at the end of this one.
There's some good picking in Saskatchewan.
If only we could get a treasure map every time we go on the road.
Yeehaw.
Just be careful, bud.
Let's see what this baby will do.
You got your Class 6 driver's license?
We bought this motorcycle kiddie ride in Regina. Very fortuitous having a Harley dealership so close.
Yeah, I can go visit my bike. It's in storage right now.
Oh, yeah.
Where better to sell a motorcycle kiddie ride than to a Harley shop? Whoa, watch the merchandise there, bud.
This should be fun.
Okay, Keenan, thanks.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back to the warehouse. I got some things I can work on there.
Excellent. I like you showing
Good
initiative.
Thanks a lot.
Mick, how are you doing?
Good. What's happening? What's up here?
This is my buddy Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon. How are you? Glad to meet you.
We
And
brought
you.
you something sort of off the wall.
This is a Harley Davidson.
Somebody
Yeah.
just put that on a few years ago, I think.
Are one of you two going to ride it for me, or
We
what?
wanted to see you get on and show us how it's
I'm not
done.
insured for bikes this powerful.
Oh, there it goes.
All right.
I can tell right away that Mick loves that kiddie ride, but he's playing his cards a little close to his vest.
Back when this was probably made, 50 cents went a long way.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot further than it goes
Well, I
today.
think it probably started at a dime.
Yeah. What's happening with it? What are you thinking?
Well, we were thinking that you might be interested.
Maybe we could make a trade for something?
I
know
was
you
thinking
guys are into
straight
that.
across. This one would work right here.
Well, we could have some fun with it. Well, it's a pretty unique little bike. It's one that I haven't seen over the years, and I've seen an awful lot of the rides and toys, and that kind of stuff catches my interest.
We're into this one for a lot, so if we were going to do a cash deal, it would have to be $3,000. I've got my bikes upstairs, and one of them I'm thinking of getting a bunch of work done too, so we could maybe do that.
I would certainly look at that, and let's talk.
Good.
I'm
Thanks,
definitely
Mick.
interested. I like the trade system.
Mick says that he doesn't want an outright purchase, doesn't want to outlay too much cash. So we were talking about it. We were thinking 25 cash, 25 in sort of trade.
I wouldn't be interested in going that high. We could do something like $1,000 and $2,500 worth of accessories for your bike.
How about if we go to 1,500 and 3,000 trade?
1,503.
So we can get most of our money back because we paid
Yep.
more than that for this. And I've got some work that has to be done on my Harley upstairs, extended handlebars and that kind of thing. So 1,500 cash,
Yep.
3,000 trade,
I think we can make a deal.
done.
Got a deal.
Hey, love it.
That's a great deal for Mick too. He's got one of the best motorcycle kiddie rides you'll ever have.
Where I would put this is over in the diner.
Yeah.
That's a 50 style diner, and this is a 50 style bike, because we get a lot of kids over there that would just love to sit on something like this. And hopefully we can put as many smiles on kids over there as what we do adults in this playground.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Keenan used his initiative. He's back at the shop doing some work.
What work is he doing?
Hey, Keenan,
Hey,
what are you doing?
well, there's some tape on some of the stuff. And is this?
What is this
Whatever
stuff?
I could find, I just found some stuff that looked like degreaser or whatever. I unpacked the stuff and
Wear safety glasses and chemical-resistant gloves. What were you thinking?
I was trying to, I know I screwed up the last task and I was trying to show some initiative. I need to know what's...
That's what that's worth now.
Oh. Well, Keenan showed some initiative. I look upon this as Scott's fault for not giving him the guidance.
Come on over here, come with me.
You're gonna let me hit you?
I got one thing for you guys for the road. They help me a lot. They're just a stress ball.
So what do? You just,
You just squeeze
these
it and
things around?
it just...
Okay, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. We'll squeeze these. Don't touch anything. Nothing.
Inventory, but don't clean
Unpack,
anything.
inventory, work
Don't
out.
oil, don't sand, don't saw, don't break.
Can you believe what Keenan did with those tins?
Try it. Just Keenan.
Keenan.
Keenan. Keenan. Keenan. Keenan. Keenan.
What if he got a good tin?
Let's get picking.
Okay.
Whoa, some big horns.
That's a hunk of gold.
That's 3 ounces.
That guy's got more gold around his neck and his fingers than a rap artist in Chicago.
But it's kind of a neat atlas.
Is it all there?
Are you all there?
No. That's why I'm doing this for a living. 2 sour toe cocktails.
You can drink it fast, you can drink it slow. Either way, your lips must touch that toe.
I'm not traveling with you anymore.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers.
See that fork in the road?
Take it.
We travel all over Canada.
Looking for hidden gems in basements, attics, and barns. For me, it's all about the thrill of the hunt. Oh man, we might have hit the mother lode here. I like to move fast. I can always find something we can make a profit on.
I thought I'd seen it all, Scott. I'm looking for that one-of-a-kind item that has its own story to tell. Just like the people we meet, every story is different. It's not junk to us.
Man, I love being back in the Yukon again.
It's so beautiful here.
So much history here. A lot of times we forget that we got a gold rush history in Canada too.
1898, guys having to climb up the pass. They made them bring up enough supplies for a year.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
I can hardly wait to get up to Dawson though and have a sourdough cocktail.
What's that all about?
You never heard of a sourdough cocktail? Originally it started because a guy lost his toe to frostbite. So they put it in alcohol, and then whenever you came in, you'd have a drink with the toe. Over time, the original toe got swallowed.
Oh.
So then they were looking for new toes.
You're making this
No,
up.
this is true. So now there's still miners and trappers that get frostbite, lose a toe. They donate their toes. I think there's like 5 toes and there may be a thumb right now. I'm thinking you should go in and ask for a Singapore sling with a toe, please.
I'd rather have a Caesar with a celery to stir the toe around with.
For 20 bucks, not only will I drink it, but I'll put the toe in my mouth.
Oh. All right, you're on. I want to see that toe in between your lips.
We're gonna go to the Gold Rush and we're gonna meet my brother Mike there. My brother's been up here for about 20 years. I told him to try and track some leads down for us. Hopefully he's found something.
All right, let's go meet Mike.
Hey, good to see you.
Sheldon,
Hey.
good to see you.
Mike.
I'm Scott's older brother. Get out of my beer. He's been doing that forever.
Yeah, that's good.
I used to set gopher traps in the yard and chase him around the yard and try and get him to step in them. And many other bigger brother things that are probably not appropriate.
So did you find anything for us?
You can head up towards Dawson.
I'd love to do that.
There are so many people up there that have all kinds of great items. They're a little reluctant to part with them, so you're gonna have to put on your best display of charm.
We'll try to be persuasive.
Yeah, people here are not easy. They're gonna be tough, they're gonna make them work for it. If you can get some of these Yukon treasures out of some of these people, you're doing a good thing.
Anything else?
There's one guy, Gold Nuggie Douggee.
Gold Nuggie Dougie?
Gold Nuggie Dougie used to own this place we're sitting here having beers in. When he had this place, it was packed with all kinds of great things. And when he sold the place, he took the best stuff with him.
Oh, okay.
So where is he?
About 40 minutes out of town here.
Gold Nuggie Dougie, I love it.
He's been around forever, a bit of a legend in this part. He could have a pretty good cross-section of stuff for us.
Right in the bush here.
Oh, here it is right here.
No trespassing. Survivors will be prosecuted.
It's obvious that Gold Nuggie Dougie's been amassing stuff for decades. Wow. We're hoping that we find 1 or 2 good nuggets in there.
Hey, you must be Doug.
Yes. And you must be Sheldon?
I'm Sheldon.
Scott, how are you?
So they call you Gold Nuggie Dougie.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Right off the bat, I can tell Dougie is quite a character.
There's a long story behind that one.
Yeah?
That goes back to the first wife.
So how long did you have the hotel for in Whitehorse?
27 and a half years. I come up here because I loved outdoors, especially when the sun comes out. Makes my gold shine.
That's a hunk of gold.
That's 3 ounces.
And that came out of the ground as one nugget?
That's exactly the way they come out, yeah. And that's the shape of the Yukon. And the diamond there is for Whitehorse, the diamond there is for Dawson City.
So if we were to, pull out a revolver and try and take that off you, what would we be getting in terms of dollars?
You'd probably get your throat slashed.
And I was a little nervous with that knife he's got in his belt. Isn't that against the law?
That's for my own protection, yeah. That's 1 ounce of chunky nuggets.
Those are all indivital nuggets?
Those are all
that would have
individual.
been-
That's what you call a chunky nugget.
Chunky
This is
nugget.
finer nugget here. That's what nugget inlay. These are all individual nuggets. Same on the watch, all the way around.
That guy's got more gold around his neck and his fingers than a rap artist in Chicago. So what's the story with all this stuff?
When I come north and I started collecting, people were just walking over it, and it was being thrown in the dump. When they walked away from these mines, they left everything, and it was there for the taking. I collected a lot of this stuff before they come out with the law that you cannot remove or touch any of the stuff anymore. If you find it, you can take a picture of it and leave it.
But we can buy from you and take back.
Yeah. At one time, the government wanted me and another friend to inventory all this stuff, and I guess you know what I told them. I have a noose hanging up here on a tree, and then everybody said, what's that for? And I said, it's for politicians if they show up here.
You got an airplane prop here, Dougie.
I think it's original. It's not like it's been chopped off or anything.
But it's got repainted.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Several times. The one the market really wants is wood and much longer. But this one's old and it's a character piece. Something you'd part with?
Probably, yeah.
What would you want for it?
I want a fortune, but you tell me what it's worth, and then we'll negotiate.
You want a fortune?
Tell us what a fortune is.
Well, that'd be a fortune if the fine came with it, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm thinking it should be worth 600.
See, I think we'd probably sell that.
For what, 1,000?
No, I don't think
No.
we'd get much more than 4 for that.
I'd rather be into it for 3.
350? The best part of negotiating is going to see who's going to be the winner.
3 1/4? All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I broke the ice with you.
Yeah. Now we're flying. You've been accumulating for a while.
Taking a lot of years.
One of the problems with trying to pick up in the Yukon is stuff has been hung outside, it's deteriorated.
This little guy lost his face. I see a few mounted things, but they're all chewed up.
Unfortunately, we got squirrels around here and birds, and they nibble away at this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, the animals have taken a toll on that.
The moose lost his snout.
That actually came out of the old White Horse Inn. I stayed in the White Horse Inn when I first came up here in 1968. $3 a night, and I had my first wife with me, and she slept on the floor, and I slept on the bed because it was a single little tiny spring
Just a
mattress.
second. She slept on the floor. You
'Cause
slept
I
on the
was
bed.
I was working.
And you're no longer together, I guess, right?
No, she didn't like sleeping on the floor.
I don't take my relationship advice from Gold Nuggie Dougie or anybody like him.
I'm gonna wander back this way a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not seeing much more that I want on that wall, so I start heading back towards another little area. Hey, Dougie, are you selling your Wells Fargo sign?
Well, the price is right.
There's a great Wells Fargo porcelain flange sign, double-sided. That one's probably from the 40s or 50s maybe, but maybe a little earlier.
I'm thinking earlier.
That's not a sign you see every day. What would you want for that?
I'd probably have to get about $250 for that.
It's pretty cool. So if I try you on at 150, are we gonna settle at 2?
Well, I was going to be more happy at 2 1/4.
2 1/4?
Yeah.
I'll do 2 1/4.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Okay.
I thought Dougie's prices were very fair. You got good stuff.
Get fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'd drink a lot of whiskey to get some of this stuff back in the day. If you were a drinker and I wanted something, I knew how to get it. We worked hard, we drank hard, and that's when we started negotiating the stuff that we wanted. Of course, I watered my drinks down. So when they fell off the chair, I knew I won.
I think there's more characters per square mile in the Yukon than anywhere else I've ever been.
Colorful 5% lives up here.
There's no attraction for the dull 95% up in the Yukon, is there? It's
No.
always the colorful 5%.
I don't think my brother's that interesting, and he lives up here. How do we get in your box there?
Scott and I are always looking for showcases. Anything that we can display our goods in and put a price tag on.
I'm gonna come over here and see if I can peek through the side and see what's here. I'm a bit of a crow. I love little shiny things, and that showcase was filled with little shiny things. There's not much in there that's of big value, but it's sort of fun the way it sits.
Old pocket watches.
Yeah.
Shaving straight razors and stuff in there.
What would you sell the cabinet for and everything in it?
Scott, I love the way you think.
You make me an offer the way it sits, and it's yours.
Every now and then, you just gotta try somebody on. Just out of curiosity, just throw us a number out. When I first asked him what he'd want for the case and the contents, I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd have said 500 bucks.
$150. That's, you can't resist that.
God,
now.
you're getting tempting here.
Yeah, that is tempting.
Do we need it for 100?
I guess we're stuck on that 100 1/4, aren't we?
I don't know, Shell. I think for 100 1/4, we can't not buy it. I'd have paid that much for the cabinet, let alone everything in it. I like this. What do I see when I look down? A bear trap.
That was the last politician that walked in the hotel.
It's a nice little trap, probably somewhere around 100 years old. It's a new house, good maker.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of a bear trap, but I love the look of a bear trap. So what would you want for a good bear trap like that?
Well, I'd say we're gonna have to have a couple hundred for that one.
At $200, I can't even negotiate. That's just a fair price. Shake the man's hand. 200 bucks? Done.
Thank you.
All right, we get to
Love a
keep,
good bear
we
trap.
get to keep the boot?
We got the boot with it. It's gonna take a fatter man than me to stand on that trap to get the boot out. Anytime I buy a bear trap, that makes my day. So this was a great day for me with Gold Nuggie Dougie. We should be able to double on that, maybe even triple on a good day.
I think we should be able to easily get 500 for the airplane propeller.
That's not a sign you see every day. We should be able to double up on that, no problem at all. Hey, Dougie, that was great.
Well, it was a pleasure,
Great
you guys.
meeting you.
We bought a few good things at very favorable prices, but the best part was meeting Gold Nuggie Dougie. And you ever get south to Alberta, you come look us up.
Alberta, that's on the other side of the mountain?
You are a character, bud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be more than happy to meet with Scott and Sheldon again. They were very reasonable.
Hey, that was fun, Gold Nuggie Dougie. I loved it.
A bear trap?
Yeah. And an airplane prop,
We're golden, so to speak.
a couple of nuggets.
Look at this great moose land over there. And this is wild country. Skinny little trees. The pristine beauty. You don't see development everywhere.
It's still pristine.
So we're going to go see Russ today. Apparently he's got property with a bunch of sheds on it filled with stuff. At one time he was a bit of a buyer and seller. So this may be like a closed up shop that's been closed up for decades.
He sounds like a guy that might be really motivated.
We shouldn't be too far away.
Just a little bit off the beaten path.
Just a bit. I'm a little uncertain as we're coming in here because we're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm wondering, why would anyone have a bunch of stuff out here?
I can see why he closed the store. Like you didn't get a lot of drive-by traffic.
There it is.
Oh yeah, and he's got some gear there.
There seems to be a bit of a theme in the Yukon. Decorate the outside of your log cabin with all kinds of traps and mining gear. And I'm hoping there's as much stuff on the inside.
I bet that's Russ right there.
Scott and Sheldon, I take it.
Nice to meet you.
Glad to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Little slice of paradise you live in.
That it is.
You spent your whole life here?
That I have.
So we noticed you got a few things hanging around.
You guys want to take a look?
Sure,
Love
where do you
to.
want to go first?
Let's go to the cabin.
Okay.
Now, I noticed you're a hunter. Got a few mounts hanging around.
Hunter and trapper by trade, and
Do you still trap?
you betcha. When my folks bought this property, the people there were trappers, and they had a trap line, and so I just sort of picked up where they left off and started trapping.
Russ is the real deal. He's trapped his entire life. He's fed the family off trapping. Look at the little bear carving, Sheldon.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he? The first thing that catches both Scott and I's eyes is a carved bear.
He's a California redwood.
Brought him up from California?
Yeah,
How long has this been around?
60s. They call him the smiling bear. He has a nice big broad smile on him.
And he is well carved. It's carved by hand. Whoever carved it had talent.
The lines on the eyes and the lines in the ears, that tells me that was a native that carved that bear. I take it he's got some emotional attachment.
Oh, everything does.
Your wife wouldn't kill you if you sold him?
I won't tell her if you don't.
I won't tell her for sure. What would you want for a smiling bear?
I don't know. I think the last one went for about $2,200. We can do a lot.
Really? Through the roof.
I have to confess, I've never bought one of these before.
Me neither.
It just scared me at $2,200.
I know. I kind of scared myself too, but
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
9-ish we can work on, I think.
That's better than your average bear, and we want to take that bear home, but it's got to be at the right price. At 5-ish, I like him.
Well, we'll work on that.
Okay.
He's not going anywhere. He'll still
Okay.
be here.
Bit of a distance. I think we'll just give it a rest and come back to it later.
Well, let's go on inside,
I'm
guys.
going in.
Hey,
You got stuff in here.
I love it.
Walk in the door, and there's stuff everywhere.
You got a little store going on in here, don't you, Russ?
Yeah, we do.
Some things have prices, some things don't have prices on it. But nobody's been in here for a while. I can tell by the prices.
You're off the beaten path. A guy would have to be lost to happen upon you.
It's word of mouth.
I'm hoping Russ has a few good things he can sell us at a reasonable price. What can you tell me about this?
He buys every beaver we find.
I love a beaver.
He's a handsome little guy.
He really is, isn't he?
He's got beaver fever.
Yellow cedar, well-carved, good husky beaver.
He's a bit tubby. He's a little
Well,
overweight.
beaver are tubby.
Yeah.
This is one late in the fall. We've been putting on fat for the winter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just such an iconic Canadian thing. So what would you want for him?
What did I pay for that?
Who cares?
Yeah. He looks like a
Around-
40-buck beaver.
Oh, no. That was the smaller ones are 40. 125.
Ooh. How about a $75 beaver?
$90 then.
80 bucks.
85.
There's not an easy $5 to be made here. 85 it is.
Okay.
Done.
He doesn't give up easily. Every inch of ground you take, you pay for. Got a couple hickory shafted clubs here in an old bag. This one needs the black electrician's tape to be taken off of it and to have a rewrap.
That makes it authentic.
Russ has got a couple of sets of old hickory shafted golf clubs that were made probably in 1900 to 1920.
This belonged to a good friend of mine in
Really?
Carcross, and him and his dad would play golf out in the sand dunes.
Is that right?
Little smallest desert
Yeah,
in the
the
world?
smallest desert.
You're always in the sand trap in the
Yeah.
smallest desert. Yeah.
Look, we got more.
No, you don't want to see the prices on that.
That's a $250 club.
Says who?
Well, I'm not sure where Russ is coming from on his pricing.
I want to know what the price is going to be today. I don't care what it was back then.
I thought he was pricing things in yen at one point there.
If you were going to sell them all, tell me what you'd want for them.
All of them?
All of them.
Each and every one.
Everyone. Russ has got a couple of sets of old hickory shafted golf clubs. What's the price today?
All of them?
All.
$480.
I'd be in at $200 on all of them.
$200 on all of them.
All of them.
Well, we'll work on that.
Okay. This is like pitched battle.
He really is a tough negotiator.
2 on 1? My God, you got to be pretty sharp.
I spotted these snowshoes here, and they're kind of an unusual pair.
That's a great set of snowshoes. It's tall, it's got a good shape, really early.
Tell you what's really unusual is the price. $350 for this pair of snowshoes? Never in the history of mankind has anybody ever paid $350 for snowshoes.
Is that just for one or both of them?
He is trouble, this man.
I think we've met our match, Scott.
I'm able to hold my own with the best of them.
I mean, they're good. There's no question about it. They're good. I want the snowshoes, but I don't want them at anywhere near that price. What's your blown out price on them?
Bottom snowshoe price, $125.
Russ is inconsistent as a negotiator. Sometimes he takes a hard position. Other times he just gives stuff away reasonably cheap. See, now we're getting down where it's interesting to us at 125. He's got high prices on things, but he's prepared to come way down. I don't know, Shell, I'd step up for 100 for those.
115, they're yours.
Sounds like 110.
I don't care. I can't do this anymore. It's hurting me.
Now we're talking. We're gonna do some damage here today.
Where are we going next?
Well, let's go over to the next cabin.
So this one wasn't a store.
No, this is the guest cabin. Well, come on in, guys.
Oh, this is the furniture room.
Yes.
No Velvet Elvis is back here?
No.
Check this out. It's kind of a neat atlas. It's early and it's interesting.
What year is it?
1888. Good color maps, early maps of North America.
If it's all there, you'd rebind it. If it's not all there, you just take the maps out of it. Is it all there?
Are you all there?
No. That's why I'm doing this for a living.
There's some good early Canadian maps. A lot more difficult to find the Canadian ones than it is European and even American ones. So what would you want for something like that?
125.
Yikes. I'm out.
Sheesh, come on now.
All right, 120.
50.
75 and it's yours.
60 bucks.
60 bucks.
60 it is.
We're thinking it's so far gone, we'll sell the maps individually.
You got some sheds here.
Shed horns. Those are the ones I've picked up from around the local area.
There are two types of antlers you can buy. Antlers that have been taken off an animal that's died, or antlers that are shed.
It wouldn't take much to shed that because it weighs about 15 pounds.
I imagine
one
they're-
shake at the right time, gone, right? Unless you have the licensing, you cannot buy an animal that has been shot. So we're only interested here today in antlers that have been shed. Now, have these been lacquered, or what's the
A
coloration?
little bit of black on the top just to preserve them.
Yeah.
That guy's here, he's a little different
That's
because,
unique,
yeah,
isn't it?
because he's
Holy
got a
smokes.
couple deformities on him.
Yeah.
In the hunting trade, they call that an atypical rack. See, the way that's grown in like that, it's like that deviation right there is really, really strange. And that's one of the weirdest atypicals I've seen. I think it's great.
So do I.
I do too.
Fabulous.
So what would you want for that one?
150.
Ooh, jeez.
I know, but I packed that off the mountain for 2 days.
Really?
So you got nothing into it. All you got is a 6-pack of beer and a tub of chicken.
Tell you what, I'd offer you 75 bucks.
That one there, he's a little different.
How about 100 bucks?
100 bucks.
100 bucks it is.
I'm not out in the hunt for a good rack, but if I see one, it's usually big and bold.
Yeah.
Are we part of that colorful 5%?
Yeah. Where'd I leave my pistol?
We didn't finish up on that bear.
On the bear.
All the time we've been buying other stuff, I keep thinking about Smiley. We need a new mascot.
I bet he would fit right in between you two guys in the van there.
He's about the same height. He's
Yeah.
about the same width.
I'd kind of feel comfortable with the bear at 500.
Bit of a gap between us, 9 and 5.
He's stalling at 900 bucks on it.
So where are we going with this?
I believe in the power of wearing a guy down. Mr. Bear could go south at 500.
Oh, is that right?
You don't sound convinced.
They got their little sales pitch down pat. 8, I'll do 8. That's about as low as I can come down, though.
$800 is still a little more than we want to pay. How about if we take a little different tact?
Okay.
How about if we gave you 7, but you gave us the golf clubs too?
I like it.
Here, just a sec. I'm gonna go get his golf clubs. Let's see what he looks like going golfing. A set for you and a set for me.
There we go.
There we go.
Run this by me again now.
So
here.
you give us, for 700, we get the bear and the golf clubs. That's the 5 we want to pay for Smiley and the 2 we want to pay for the golf clubs.
We got to ching just a little bit more here to make Mr. Bear keep a smile on his face.
He's gonna smile no matter what, I guarantee it.
$800 for the set.
Which is pretty darn close to where we want it to be.
All right, done.
Okay, I can do that. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty optimistic about Smiley. I think we're gonna do okay with it.
When you find really unusual ones like that,
Look how thick they are.
yeah.
For that pair, we should be able to get $175, maybe $200 out of that.
I like my little beaver, though.
I like the beaver too. He's good. I would have thought you were beavered out by now.
Never get enough beaver.
Smiley's one of my favorite things. I love Smiley. We're gonna put that in our warehouse and we're gonna whack that at 1,200 bucks.
Okay, guys.
That was a lot of fun, Russ.
Russ, that was
You
great.
too.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it a lot. We had a lot of fun, and I think we both went away with a smile on our face.
Hey, that was great. I didn't think coming down this road we were gonna find the kind of stuff we found. I love Smiley. He's a winner. Smiley is absolutely a winner. I'm sure happy we're not in a dog's land. Summer's definitely the time to visit the Yukon.
Oh, the land of the midnight sun. I love it. You can pick all day and all night. So have you given some consideration to a gift for Keenan?
A gift?
Yeah.
His
Give him a little-
paycheck is a gift.
I think we should encourage him. Why don't we get him a souvenir from the Yukon?
I'll keep my eyes open.
Me too.
Wow, Dawson City, Yukon.
This has got to be the most unique place I think I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's interesting the way they've done up some of these storefronts. Still got the history of the old building on them.
For that little short period right after gold was discovered, 30,000 people here. It was the largest town west of Winnipeg and north of San Francisco.
And when would that have been?
1898.
Hey, there's the downtown hotel. There's where the sourdough cocktail is.
I think we maybe should leave that for later.
You think it might throw you off your game? So I'm gonna do the sour toe. Are you gonna do it?
How's the toe looking?
I don't know, I haven't seen it. But depending upon the condition of the toe, for 20 bucks, I'll put it between my teeth.
You're on. That could be the best 20 bucks I ever spent.
But in order to get me to do that, you gotta at least do the sour toe. You just gotta give it a little peck on its toenail. Assuming it still has a toenail.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting a distinct sense that you're gonna bail on this thing.
I'm reserving judgment.
Are you a picker or a pickette? Okay, let's go picking.
I'm going to see Ed and Heidi. Ed's an old miner. I think he's got some Mammoth tusks, some reclaimed miner things. Enough that I think we should go take a look.
Okay, keep our eyes peeled here.
Look at that place set back.
Oh, look at that. That's gotta be it right there.
Yeah.
Let's go see Ed.
Well, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you? Scott, how are you?
Good.
I'm Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hello, Sheldon. I'm Heidi.
So how long have you lived here, Ed?
Well, 5 years here, but a good many years in the territory since '77. I came to the Yukon to escape the hustle and bustle of the cities. Yukon is still a free place left in this country. There's getting to be fewer and fewer, and this is one of them.
What about you, Heidi?
I've been here for about 7 years, just in the summertime.
Have you had the sour toe cocktail in Dawson?
No. No, thank you very much. Have you?
No, but Sheldon's gonna have one tonight.
We got a bet on.
Oh, way to go!
Let's get picking.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa,
Incredible.
those are some big horns. I see the biggest set of horns I've ever seen in my life, and it's pretty obvious to me that these are prehistoric. What are these off of?
They're steppe bison.
Wow.
Whoa.
These would be a relative to the bison we see on the prairies, but our guys are much smaller.
These are extinct, these animals.
Yeah. What about this stuff?
Oh, it's just from all over the place.
I know Scott and I are going to head towards those horns, but first I want to see all the knickknacks on the table.
Is any of this stuff sort of historic to Dawson, or is this just stuff that was brought here?
It's all mixed. These are locks off of old cabins I've found over the years.
Oh, yeah. Where do you find this stuff?
Oh, that was mine when I was a kid. That's from the 50s.
He's sort of got a pathetic growl, doesn't he? He's an old lion. I'm just looking at the knick-knack table to sort of disguise the fact that I really love those horns.
Have you any idea what that is?
Looks like it's from some spenders or something, or a garter.
You got it. That's,
Okay.
That's a garter
That's why I
belt
was sitting there with...
from one of the Lostown girls in 1900.
Yeah, really?
He has a very unique laugh.
Is the red light district
Yeah.
down by the river?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't accepted in Dawson to have the brothels right in town.
Well, tell us about these horns.
We had a little bit of fun looking at the doodads on the table, but it's time to get over to those 3 sets of horns.
Are they the same breed, all of them?
Yeah, these are all steppe bison.
How do you find them?
Well, I've been mining all my life, and about where the mud meets the gravel, you find these horns.
How deep down below the surface?
Well, where these come from, it's about 15 feet of mud.
That's where they're buried, so they're quite rare.
What's with the coating this one's got on it? Did you
Sure.
put that on?
Well, this one was broken, and if you look close, you can see the join here.
Yeah.
And I've reconstructed it to show the full size of the animal.
And there was no skull left?
No skull, no.
So this, all we got is two horns here that's original, okay.
And these others are just the way you found them?
These are the way they come out of the mud, yeah.
This is a new game for Scott and I.
And you don't need any permits or anything to own these? You just dig them up and take them?
Just dig them up and take them. It's a permit required to take them out of the country.
Yeah. So what would they sell for?
One like this or this with the complete skull is worth about $3,500.
Whoa.
When Ed quotes such a huge price, I'm thinking this might not be a deal.
So what do you sell these for?
I'd sell them for a quarter what they sell for on the market. These two, 800 each.
Quite interesting.
I think he wants to make a deal today.
This one I've done a lot of work in, and it's really huge. I'd say $1,200 for this one.
Now we've got to start trying some tactics.
I think we're sort of out on the big one. See, I value this one less than those two personally, just because of the fact that there was no skull attached to it.
The size of these is remarkable.
That's why I preserved this one. It's the largest I've seen in over 30 years.
And I think you did the world a favor preserving it.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure whether or not we can sell it. That's the bigger problem.
What would you do on these two?
The two smaller ones.
You gonna give us a break if we bought more than one? What would you do on these two?
The two smaller ones. Let's start with just those two.
I'd have to say I'm firm $750 each on these two.
Ed can tell our hesitation on these pieces, but I still think he wants us to buy them.
If we want to do a deal,
Yeah.
there, $750, everything there. $1,500, take all of that. This is a nice piece on its own. You know, that's probably a $300, $400 touch right there.
Ed's packaging tells me that he wants them all gone, and I'm thinking we might be able to make a deal on them. We were thinking 500 a skull.
That's too low. I'd keep them.
We seem to be stalling out, so I thought, well, let's try a little bit different angle at Ed. What if we did the whole table? Would 22 do it?
It's a deal.
All right, 22 does it. We're done.
I would have gone cheaper on that, but we'll live with it.
He shook real quick. He was just waiting for a good counter offer.
I'd be happy to sell some more skulls to Scott and Sheldon, yeah, anytime.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay, let's take it your way.
Hefty.
We've heard mixed messages about whether we can get these horns out of the Yukon, but I think we're gonna go down, talk to the paleontology division, see if we can get a permit to get them out of the Yukon. Whew, this is a pig.
You think on the roof of your car is gonna work? So we're loading up in the van, and somebody pulls in a pickup truck. Hey, what you got back there?
We got goodies.
Turns out to be Ed's buddies, and they want to sell us some stuff.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, I'm Marlene.
Hi, Marlene. I'm Sheldon.
Elf.
Alf? Scott.
Hey, Al.
We've been mining about 33 years.
We actually wash the gold out of the gravels with water.
So what'd you bring?
Whoa, that's a big one. Holy smokes. Look at that. Is that mammoth or mastodon?
Mammoth.
Man, I love the tusk. I've been looking for a mammoth tusk since we hit the Yukon. Finally, there's a big one there. So what would you sell that baby for?
Well, I would like 3,000 for it.
That's a lot. We know it's probably a good deal, but we don't have a real serious market for mammoth ivory in Calgary.
If a person did cut it up for jewelry, you would be looking at thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, eh? Because ivory jewelry is worth a lot.
It's one of the only kind of ivories you can trade internationally, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's totally legal.
Definitely want to make an offer on this, but I'd like to see what else you've got so that we can sort of formulate a plan in our head.
Got some jewelry here.
Oh, yeah. I bet you made those.
I did,
That's got to be an expensive piece of jewelry, that one.
yes.
What would a nugget like that sell for in this state like this?
About 750.
They're selling their own gold that Marlene has taken and made into jewelry. You're not panning for gold. You must have a fairly good operation.
No,
Yeah, we
we
have
have
bigger
we have
one.
a shaker. We get an ounce every 27 yards of material we put through.
Just goes to show the gold rush didn't end in 1910.
Now, that sounds pretty rich to me.
It's not bad.
People are still coming up here trying to make it rich doing gold.
This is out of our claim.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. Shell, look. I'm not doing that.
Alf is pulling out little jars full of nuggets, and they're heavy. What do we got, a couple ounces of gold in there?
Yeah, 10, 12 maybe?
12 and a half.
Now we're starting to get close to pounds of gold.
So we're talking 500, 1,000,
Yeah.
1,500?
I don't think so.
15,000 maybe.
How long would it take you to mine that?
Up on our claim, probably 3 or 4 days.
Get out of here.
You're making good money on your claim.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
It's time to get over to what we're here for, and we want to zoom in on that big mammoth tusk.
I like this, Sheldon. I've always loved this stuff, but I don't know how comfortable I feel at 3 grand on it. I'd be way happier at 2 than 3.
Well, you could still double your money on that for carving and jewelry.
We're going to Calgary. There's no carvers in Calgary.
First, he's got to learn how to carve, and then he can double his money.
Oh, shoot.
I really want to buy that tusk because it's the biggest, most complete one I've had a chance to buy.
Got some flexibility in that?
Oh, you're right.
Usually I'm the tough guy. He's being the tough guy today.
25 is as low as we'll go.
She finally gets down to $2,500.
My instincts are just yelling at me, good deal.
Okay, let's shake on it.
Alf,
Right on. When the bargaining got real hard there, she had to bite her tongue a couple times.
I tend to get carried away at times.
Thank you.
hey, that was a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
So much.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Keep on digging.
Adios.
Hey, that was pretty interesting.
That was absolutely bizarre. 3 bison skulls.
You never know what's going to happen in the Yukon, especially.
I never figured that because when we pulled up to the driveway, I thought, what are we going to find here? We're going to head down to the hotel and we're going to have the sour toe cocktail.
Oh, no.
You got it. You can't come to Dawson City and not kiss the toe. I mean, what could be better? You get a little glass, you fill it up with bourbon, scotch, and then you put a miner's frostbitten toe in there that's been sitting in a jar of salt brine. You drop her in your drink, knock her back, and kiss the toe. And here it is, right here at the downtown hotel. Let's park right here. Let's go sour toe.
This is going to be disgusting.
Two sour toe cocktails,
2
please.
cocktails, coming right up. You guys joining the club tonight?
Sounds like a tough club to join.
I think you'll do just fine.
Sure hope so.
There you go.
Thank you kindly.
All right. Thank you.
Here to do the toe?
I guess I am.
Is that what we do? We do the toe?
That is the terminology, yes. So first one up, put their name, where you're from, and the date.
You best go first.
You better not jam on me.
You got any fresh toe?
No, unfortunately, only mummified.
Only mummified toe? Do I gotta put this on?
Yep, you do. It's part of the whole...
Can I put it on that way?
You can do whatever you want.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
So what are the rules about the toe?
You can't swallow it, and you can't steal it, and it's gotta touch your lip.
Really?
You ready, Scott?
I guess.
In recognition that Scott, in the presence of witnesses, is about to drink an authentic sour toe cocktail, proving he's a person capable of almost anything. You can drink it fast, you can drink it slow. Either way, your lips must touch the toe.
For 20 bucks, I'll put it between my teeth.
You're on.
Napkin. Awesome.
It's not a bad toe. You serve good toe here.
Thank you. There you go. That's a certificate. You get to hang on your wall.
Hard act to follow. I think I want to go first.
All right, if you want to put your name and where you're from in the book.
Oh, yeah, you better do that.
We were having such a good time until this came along.
You ready, Sheldon?
As ready as I'm ever gonna be.
You could drink it fast, you could drink it slow. Either way, your lips must touch that toe.
I'm not traveling with you anymore. Now tell me I'm not the first to gag on some toe.
Yeah, I think you've been on more than you can
Here you go, Sheldon. You're officially a member of the Sour Toe.
That's all I get for doing that? That's it?
Yep.
Wow. I think I'll refill. Awesome. Thank you, I think.
No problem.
Yeah, I feel like I just thanked a cop after he gave me a ticket. Time to head her back to Alberta, I'd say. So what are you thinking for a gift for Keenan?
Something really cheap.
No. Let's get him something really good.
You get him what you want to get him, I'll get him what I want to get him.
Let's go our separate ways on the gift. You get him a gift, I'll get him a gift, and we'll see whose gift he likes better.
Oh, it's good to be back, isn't it? After you.
Hey, Keenan, we just rolled into town.
Right on.
And we brought you some stuff from our
No,
travels.
he brought you some stuff from our travels.
We know you've been working hard. We wanted to get you a good gift.
I think you'll like mine more. It's a little bit more manly there.
Oh. I love hygiene and all, but...
Yeah, now look at that. Is that not a quintessential Canadian souvenir?
That's a gift.
And after you win your next fight, you might want to pamper yourself.
With a loofah?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of body cream, some towels, slippers. Look at, got you some slippers.
The thought...
I'm so sorry.
Thought means a ton, but...
I'm so sorry.
Maybe I'll try it, I guess.
We knew you were working hard. We wanted you to know it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Like,
yeah, we were thinking of you on the
I
road.
really
I'm sure your mother will like that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Get back to work. See you later.
See you guys.
I think Keenan really appreciated the thought.
You gave him a frog loofah.
Everybody will know it's his in the showers.